there live right now. Our Palmetto Sports Director, Carmine Gemei, joins us from the Big Apple. Carmine, getting excited?
Hey, Tori, yes, we can hardly contain our excitement, and actually it's about to get much more exciting because in just about an hour, the Rutherford restaurant right here across the street from Madison Square Garden, in, of course, downtown Manhattan in the Big Apple, will host Clemson Tigers fans getting ready to support their team in the final game of the season against another iconic program, Penn State. And let's take a look at this video. I'll run it down for you, some of the key headlines of this matchup. And let's start with that program or program pedigree. Both teams ranked top 15 in wins in college football history. Penn State 7th, Clemson 13th, combining for nearly 1,800 wins and 7 national championships, 4 for Penn State, 3 for Clemson, which is where we thought these two teams could meet before the season started in the national championship because they were both ranked preseason top 5 in the country. Clemson ranked 4th, Penn State ranked 2nd, but that potential followed by uncharacteristic underperformance. Penn State barely made this bowl game with a 6-6 record, losing 6 games in a row, and in the middle of that stretch, losing their head coach, James Franklin, fired after more than a decade in Happy Valley. And in Death Valley, the Tigers finishing with a losing record at home for the first time since 1998 and losing their most total games in 15 seasons, an uncharacteristic 7-5 record for Clemson. But the Tigers have turned the tide to win their last 4, most recently, sorry Gamecocks fans, the Palmetto Bowl in Columbia, and Penn State won its last 3. So the Pinstripe Bowl here in New York City, a chance to somewhat salvage the season, build momentum for next season, and spend the Christmas season in New York City. And a jolly ho-ho-ho for the holiday hokey pokey. Who's in, who's out? 30 Clemson players opting not to play in the bowl game, mostly because of injury. But Coach Dabo Swinney spoke about the big matchup here in the Big Apple.
Yeah, I mean, that would be huge. I mean, they're Penn State. They're one of the most iconic programs in all of college football. At this point, it really doesn't matter what happened in September or October. It's about what happened Saturday. It's about this game. And, you know, both teams want to win, and it's going to go in the record books.
Our spotter indicating that the 28 points.
And speaking of the record books, here's a blast from the past, the one and only time Clemson and Penn State have ever played each other before round 2 tomorrow. New Year's Day, 1988 in Orlando for the Citrus Bowl. And the Vitamin C belonged to CU in a matchup between 2 national champion coaches, Clemson's Danny Ford and the 14th ranked Tigers against Joe Paterno and the 20th ranked Nittany Lions. The Tigers took care of business behind 3 touchdowns and some great late 80s dance moves from fullback Tracy Johnson. Clemson winning 35-10, handing Penn State its worst loss ever in a bowl game under their legendary head coach Joe Pa. The 1987 season Tigers finishing that year built Ford tough with a 10-2 record, ACC championship, and another bowl game win over an all-time coach and program. And Dabo Swinney and Joe Paterno right now are tied for 4th all-time for the most wins in a coach's 21st seasons coaching that team, 187 wins. So coincidentally, Dabo could pass Joe Paterno, Penn State's legend, with a win over his Nittany Lions right here tomorrow. We'll have much more the entire evening, but for now, live in New York City for Palmetto Sports, I'm Carmine Gemei.
All right, before the big game,